Good morning, everybody. It's Psychic Hunter David. Well, it is Monday, the 24th of February. And one of the things I'm going to say that I'm really quite excited about, I went on to the long-term forecast for weather for the month of March. And we have exactly this week and next week of 0 minus temperatures. And then it soars. It's starting to go into the +6, +8, then down to 2, 1, but then right back up again. So this is the breakthrough. And it's interesting, I forwarded on my, I believe it was Instagram, I'm sorry, Facebook or Instagram, one of them, the little vignette that the photographer took of Renee Zellweger, sort of in a Marilyn-esque style, having fun with Coke and a hamburger in the warm weather and her heels and her coat. I mean, it just was fabulous. And I loved it. And I thought, you know what? We all need to get back to having fun. We need to get ourselves away from fear and away from television and away from fear of invasion and all of this stuff, and really reconnect with life. And you know, this morning it's breaking through. It's really early. Chloe gets me up. She doesn't know any better. She just wants food. She gets me up at like 4:30 in the morning, and as soon as spring hits, I'll be happy for daylight savings, because as soon as she sees that blue, she's up. And we went through this as kids. Our dogs were up at 4:35 in the morning. Thank God for my grandmother. But anyway, I'm working, I'm around this week. And no, it's a really interesting period of time we're in right now. And I think the goal is to really, all of us, straighten out our lives. If we feel really uneasy about something, straighten out your life. You know, change it around and get away from being worried. You know, if I hear one more person go on about Trump and about tariffs, I'm going to scream and smash something, because, you know, it's tiring. You know, the world just is, and it's about really being able to take control of your own experience. You know, if it's not growing up, my parents were arguing about this and about broadband and about Pierre Trudeau and about, you know, it's not going to stop. The human animal is going to constantly argue over one over the other. When you throw a ton of people together, you're going to have different viewpoints, different upbringings, and different philosophies that are not going to work. And the goal is going to be to agree to disagree. And this is where there's problems. Nobody knows how to communicate. There isn't an element of communication. Those in position of authority do not know how to communicate. This is absolutely true of the German election. Because the German election, one of the fellows had said prior to it, the people want, and the actual establishment say no. And this is part of the problem. Nobody's listening. If somebody stepped in and said, let's work things through. I had some great teachers. I had some difficult ones, but I had some great teachers growing up. And I remember in the East End of Toronto, one teacher who would say, no, boys, we're going to actually sit down and we're going to talk about what the problem is so we can rectify this, that it doesn't go any further. And he was one of the best teachers. I mean, he was like a scout leader, and he wasn't. He probably should have been. And, you know, the thing we have to understand in life is that these types of things blow way out of proportion, and there's no need for it. I'm in the middle of it here where I'm living. And the situation has just become so stupid that it really is the management's fault. And they're going to get it eventually, because, you know, word travels in life. And, you know, when the populace find out and the media find out and so forth, and it just goes boom. This is when things go wrong. And it's a shame, because things could be resolved really quite easily, but there's no sense of resolution. It's like, make people's lives unhappy, make their lives miserable, continue. And it's just foolish. It really is foolish. But anyway, again, on a happy note, we got to look at Renee Zellweger's little, you know, mirage of photographs and her little vignettes of Marilyn at a time when we think everything was perfect, but it wasn't. But at least, you know, it's giving us a romanticized element. And this is why running and being able to see Bridget Jones and seeing these things and escaping out of our own experience, yet relating to that experience, is really important. Because remember, every time you sit in a movie theater, you watch that character, but you're actually reassessing your own experience and how you can relate to that character or not relate to them. This is the whole thing about the whole movie industry and that mirror of human interaction with one another. Anyway, I wish you guys all the best. I'm working. I am available, so give me a call and keep well. You heard it here first. Cheers.